And a straightforward way to solve a package delivery problem is to provide people with a secure parcel delivery locker for your front step. And we're going to add a little bit of smarts to that to make sure that you know who came, when, so you can give access to your friends.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of All the Smart Things, a video series from IoT for All, the #1 publication and resource for the Internet of Things industry. I'm your host, Ryan Chacon. If you are watching this on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. For those of you who are new to this series, this is a series focused on kind of giving you a behind-the-scenes look at smart products and how they came to market, the technologies behind them, kind of the things that need to be thought about if you're going to be bringing any type of smart product or device to the masses. So really interesting kind of angle we decided to take here with this series, and I think you'll get a lot of value out of these different episodes that we'll be bringing to you kind of ongoing. And on today's episode, we have Garrett Lovejoy, the VP of Product Management for U.S. Smart Residential at Yale. You've probably heard of Yale. You've seen their products. They are a leading security brand, securing millions of homes and businesses worldwide with innovative mechanical locks, safes, and smart locks. So I'm pretty confident you've seen Yale, even if you haven't really connected the name to the actual device, but they are all over the place. They make some fascinating and fantastic products. And today we're actually going to be talking about their smart delivery box. This is something that you can put on your front porch, have it automatically lock, have it unlock based on when a delivery is coming in. Once the delivery driver shuts it, it locks so that nobody can steal the package. I know that is something that a lot of people are having concerns with, is package theft. So this is a device product they made to help curb that issue. So we talk a lot about the product overview. We talk about market fit, the target audience for the product, the story behind the product's creation, why it was built, what is the real problem that they've seen, and why did they create this, the development journey, challenges faced when building the smart product, lessons that they learned, and then kind of what the future of the product looks like. So generally a lot of good advice and thoughts and learnings, I think, that any of you out there who are potentially bringing a smart product or device to the market, regardless of who the end user is, I think you'll get a lot of value out of this episode. So please enjoy this episode with Garrett Lovejoy. Welcome, Garrett. Thanks for being here today.
Welcome, Ryan. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to chat with you about our smart delivery box.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm very excited to have this conversation. Let's kick this off by having you give a quick introduction about yourself. Just tell the audience kind of a little bit more about you and who they're listening to.
Sure. My name is Garrett Lovejoy. I'm the Vice President of Hardware Product Management for ASSA ABLOY Smart Residential. ASSA ABLOY Smart Residential is the company that produces smart home products under the Yale and August smart home brands inside of the United States. I've been doing smart home for, I would guess, almost 10 years now. It's been a while.
Wow.
So it's big. I'm really into it and really excited to talk about smart home and having people have better experiences in their home.
So given that you have a lot of experience in the smart home space, I'd love it if you could just share a little bit about that journey, not like more so the industry's journey you've seen over the last 10 years and how smart home has kind of evolved to where it is now and how you've seen adoption kind of just generally increase.
Yeah, I think smart home's coming a long way. We're seeing a lot of the aggregator services really start to pick up steam with stuff like HomeKit and Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa.
Sure.
A lot of those products are really starting to help us combine smart home experiences. Maybe, let's say 5 years ago, we're really looking at bespoke solutions, like you buy a thing, it does a thing, it doesn't necessarily work with anything else. We're seeing a lot of traction where the services that bring things together are really doing a great job. People like SmartThings have always done a great job at it. It's just nice to see additional people kind of coming in and taking that consolidation path. And then obviously with Matter coming out in the near future for smart home, that hopefully will take it a whole nother step forward.
Yeah, we actually just did a podcast episode with a company, and Matter was a discussion topic that we had, just talking about kind of what it can enable and the optimism that there is for Matter coming to market and being able to really help grow and accelerate the smart home space. So it sounds very exciting.
Yeah, we're super excited about Matter. Probably not the biggest topic for us today, but it's a super exciting topic for Yale and August. We're on the board for that standard, so we're really into it. I'm really into it as a product person for smart home. So super exciting time.
So let's talk about the company here for a second. And this is a company that has a very long history in product development. And as you've gotten into the smart home or smart product space, I guess I should say, tell us a little bit more about kind of what your all's focus is on, kind of the role you all kind of view yourself as having in the market, and if there's a certain kind of target verticals or audiences that you kind of go after.
Yeah, Yale's a brand is an old brand, like you said. Yale's 180 years old. It was originally put together by Linus Yale, who invented the pin tumbler lock on a very
Hmm.
lock nerdy moment, right? That's the literal type of key and cylinder you have today in your house, and
Sure.
that everybody uses. That's our heritage. That's our legacy from that. We've been doing smart locks for over 10 years. I think over 10 years now. It's been a while. But we really are looking to make sure that people can buy a smart home product from a brand that has a legacy and a trust factor associated with security.
Mm,
So your front door and entry into your home and access into your home is a very sacred thing for the average person. We want to feel safe in our homes. We want it to be
right.
easy to get in and out of that. And Yale really as a brand is focused on providing a really good security product and at the same time a very usable product. We have a big focus on making sure that we have features that are relevant to people that are buying the product. We might not always
Sure.
be the top tech thing because at the end of the day, some of the newest tech features are kind of cumbersome and weird. So we want to make sure that whatever we put into the product makes the most sense for
Yeah.
customers and works really well.
Yeah, and I think there's a security aspect to it, right? Too, with any new technology and new features, there's always different vulnerabilities that come to light. And I think anytime you're putting something like your home as the thing you're trying to protect with locks and smart locks, there is a little hesitation from some adopters just on how much protection is there, how easy is it to kind of get through versus a normal standard lock. So, I think focusing on the end user and making sure that the product is very robust from a feature standpoint and a security standpoint is the right way to approach it.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and that's 100% our focus for it. We really are excited about smart locks and want a lot of people to have them.
Yep.
And for a lot of people to have them, it's got to be really secure and really easy to use.
Absolutely. And since we're on the topic of smart locks here, which this product here has inside, I wanted to kind of have you give a quick overview of the smart delivery box that we're kind of focusing on today. I've had a chance to play around with it. I've had a chance to hook up to my phone, the keypad, get everything working. It's a very unique and interesting product that is something that I don't think number of years ago people really thought too much about. And with the increase in deliveries and the increase of things coming to your home, being able to protect and secure those things is now becoming more top of mind. I mean, you see it with Amazon lockers and you see it with things like that. Tell us a little bit more about this and kind of the overall purpose and the target you're kind of going after with a product like this.
Yeah, so the smart delivery box is at its very core is a very simple idea, right? So people are getting a lot of packages. Packages are experiencing higher than I think we would like theft issues related to people
Sure.
just grabbing things off your front door and running away.
Hmm.
So what we really looked at for it was we have a very straightforward problem and let's put forward a straightforward way to solve it. And a straightforward way to solve a package delivery problem is to provide people with a secure parcel delivery locker for your front step. And we're going to add a little bit of smarts to that to make sure that you know who came when, so you can give access to your friends. So you can do that. We worked with a company called Step Two through their Kingsley Park brand. They're experts in rotational molding, which is how that box is made. It makes it really durable and really long wearing, really good to
Right.
be outside. And then we added kind of the Yale smarts on top of that.
Fantastic. So, I mean, from just kind of an overview standpoint, there seems to be a number of ways that this device works. Obviously, you can unlock it, put it through your phone. Like right now, it's locked, and you also have a keypad, which I can go in here and hit a code that I have set, and I've hit the wrong code, of course, on the first try. Um, there we go, and then it's able to unlock. But there we go. It's very cool, very intuitive. So I wanted to ask you throughout the creation of this product, what were some of the biggest learnings that you guys took away from? Because obviously you've had the smart lock and different smart locks available, but putting it into an application like this, take us through kind of that process of going from being an idea that you all had to bringing this to life.
I think it ends up being a really interesting story because it's really the story really begins with partnership, and
Okay.
partnership is really one of those great learning things, right? The power of two is better than the power of one most of the time. We're not a group that knows a ton about rotational molding or box building or things like that. So the first learning is finding a really great partner for something like that,
Hmm.
and step two has been a really fantastic partner that has a really diverse skill, that has a really specific skill set. And I would say hands down, that is my first and most important learning is find
Sure.
someone that's really great at the thing that you might not be really great at.
Okay.
That was really a big one for us.
Yeah, I think that's kind of resonates well across all of IoT in general, whether it's commercial, enterprise, consumer, you name it. It's a partnerships. Partnerships really make this industry thrive and allow products to come to market that are as optimal for their end user as possible. Because not everybody is great at everything. Not everybody handles connectivity. Not everybody is an expert in hardware. Not everybody's an expert in software or user interfaces. You name it. So being able to find partners that have can kind of jump in on the same goal, I think is something that carries across all different applications of IoT and all different products and solutions that are brought to market.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is it's really maybe not in the best interest of a lot of the IoT companies to try to be good at everything, right?
Yeah,
You have a commitment to your user to provide a very specific experience and be the best at that kind of experience. We
right.
want to be the best at the access experience, and
Sure.
spending time to build a really great rotationally molded box is not necessarily the best use of our time towards that goal.
Absolutely. No,
So,
absolutely. And
yeah.
and I think you learn through products like this and probably many other products that you guys are working on that the real benefit of being able to work with somebody who can handle the areas that you're not as much of an expert in or they just really don't want to do. It's not where you focus your time. It's not what your business is built for. But being able to integrate your technology into something like this, which without it is just kind of a nicely put together box. Um, it's a pretty powerful thing that you can put together once you bring the right pieces to place, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
let me ask you this. So when you all were building and developing this, and this is more for our audience out there who is looking to learn and understand what it takes to bring a product to market, what were some of the challenges that you all faced building this or creating this, whether it's the software side, the hardware side, the integration with the hardware and the software? Are there any challenges that you maybe did not foresee that kind of happened throughout that you had to overcome, and some lessons learned that maybe higher level things that our audience could take away from as they're going down their maybe product development journey?
Yeah, I think the thing to look at is a discussion of capabilities. And when we talk about capabilities, we just had a really nice conversation about partnerships and all this other stuff. Like step two is great at this thing, and we're great at this really specific thing. But what it really comes down to is we have a lock that does a great job doing locking things. Step two has a good job building this box. But at the same
Right.
time, there was certain aspects of the product that the capability of one did not necessarily match the other.
Okay.
And if you peek inside the box, you'll notice there's kind of this really elaborate like alignment system for it
Yep. Yep.
around the lock to be able to you can see
Yep.
it up in the corners there. There's some pins, there's some other stuff. So if we look at that kind of stuff, we said, hey, we really needed alignment like this. And step two goes, oh, we really can only reach an alignment of this level. And we
Okay.
go, oh, well, that's a big deal for us. And it was important to have a really a really clear conversation with our
Sure.
partner to say, what are you capable of doing?
Hmm.
And what are we capable of doing? And then working together to figure out how to make sure that our capabilities aligned. Because at the end of the day, the easy thing to do is to say, well, no, just build your box perfectly every time and then
Yeah.
we won't have a problem. And for them to go, well, make the lock more tolerant to the fact that our box moves around. And at the end of the day, that's just not the way to do a product development. It's to
Sure.
work together have a better outcome.
Yeah, that collaboration is incredibly important, and you have to have the give and take on both sides. Otherwise, it's just going to lead to most likely a finished product that both sides may not be happy with, and at the end of the day, the end user is not going to be happy with. So, I think you guys have worked together very, very well and brought together a product that is fantastic. And it's worth mentioning that yes, this is not a very heavy thing to pick up, but with the anchor system and the ability to put like sand at the bottom and things like that, it makes it much more difficult for somebody to come in and kind of grab and take this off and now have access or try to figure out how to get access to this with your packages inside. So it was very kind of methodically well thought through on all the different kind of situations that may come up. Was there a lot of user testing or kind of user feedback that was kind of incorporated in this process as it was
Yeah,
coming to market?
we've done a bunch of different we've done a bunch of betas as well. We've
Okay.
done a bunch of trials with different partners to be able to look at what the delivery experience is.
Yep.
And what we really see as right now in the product's life cycle is if you have a compliant delivery person that
Okay.
is going to deliver the box into your locker on a consistent basis, you're generally the net promoter score of the person is incredibly high. So
Okay.
people that have a box that get deliveries into the box think it's the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
If you have a delivery driver that maybe not as into you and maybe not into doing as much as you want, like delivering things into the box, then you're a little bit less happy. But at the end of
Wait,
the day, that compliance is really one of the big things we learned is that the idea is sound and the product is sound when
yeah.
the delivery driver makes the delivery.
And from that compliance, is a random question that come up now. It's with the compliance side. What does that exactly mean? Is that just having a driver who understands that this box is for them to put their packages in? Is it something that depends on the delivery company that is being used? Like how does
It's
that work?
really a driver by driver thing.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
like my for example, my Amazon driver delivers religiously to my box.
Gotcha.
Our
Okay.
CEO, his UPS, FedEx, and Amazon driver all deliver religiously to his box. It's like
Yep.
once the driver gets the hang of you have a box and I want it delivered into the box,
Makes sense.
it just happens.
Okay.
It's different. It's a change for the driver because
For
you're
sure.
not only educating the user, you're educating this service person that's coming to your house,
Yep.
maybe really frequently or infrequently, depending on how much online shopping you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. I think it also depends on where you live and the kind of relationship you have with your driver. Because I mean, my parents' delivery people are very different than delivery people in the place I live. So, like I'm in an apartment, so I rarely ever interact with them. But for my parents who have a house, I mean, they're to the point where the delivery driver will bring dog treats and leave them on the package. So like, there's a relationship there. I think getting
Yep.
them to use something like this is way easier. Um, one of the last questions I have for you as we wrap up here is so what does the future of this product look like in your mind? You don't have to give away any secrets, obviously, but even if you want to go more high level, but like where does this kind of evolve into as you all think about the delivery space and the security of all that?
Yeah, I think our biggest focus right now for this is carrier partners
Okay.
because that like interaction is so important.
Sure.
It's important that we continue to build these relationships with the carriers that we already are chatting with and working with right now. Because obviously the easiest way to make sure that someone is going to deliver to the box is that your boss tells you you need to deliver into the box. Because we really think that's kind of the cornerstone of this
Sure.
delivery box world. It's a great solution and people are really excited about it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we just need to work on that carrier training part through our carriers.
Absolutely. Fantastic. So, last question I have for you is for our audience out there looking at this and wondering where they can get it. Where can they find out more information, learn more, buy it? What's the best way for them to do that?
Sure. So you can look on our website directly, which is shopyalehome.com. And the other
Mhm.
option that you have is you can look directly on Amazon. Amazon has a
Perfect.
nice A plus content page, so you can see all
Okay.
kinds of neat information there. And it's really an easy to get product. They'll deliver it right to your house and you can start getting packages into it.
Fantastic. Well, Garrett, this has been a great conversation. I appreciate taking the time to kind of talk further about this. This series is really aimed at kind of talking a little bit more behind the scenes and having the people that brought a product to market put a face to them and showcase a little bit more about what's going on, what the journey was like to bring a smart product to users. So I really appreciate your time. Love what you guys have built, and I'm excited to kind of see more things that come out of the company.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ryan. Appreciate your time today.
Thank you. All right, everyone, thanks again for watching that episode of All the Smart Things with Garrett Lovejoy of Yale. Hope you found a lot of value learning about their smart delivery box. If you're interested in potentially purchasing it or just want to dive more into the product itself, you can go to shopyalehome.com to find out more. If you enjoyed this episode, please like this video and subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so. If you're watching this and maybe you're involved in a company that has smart products that you'd love to have somebody featured, feel free to reach out, Ryan at iotforall.com. Love to talk to you more about getting some content built to kind of showcase showcase the behind the scenes looks at some of these products that us as consumers engage with on a daily basis. It's a lot of fun to kind of create this kind of thing. But other than that, please feel free to leave comments if there's any products you'd like us to maybe reach out to and try to find and get them featured because it's a product you use, you love, and you want to learn more about. But other than that, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.